Well, welcome back. Welcome back. This is What's Really Real. And we are so happy to be back today. We got Miss Toya Galeen. How are you doing today?
I am well, thank you. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so good. This is glad to have you here this time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Glad to be a part of it.
Oh, yeah. And we have, of course, Miss Jules. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
How
Just
you
glad
doing,
to be here.
Mr. Smooth.
Oh, I'm trying to hold it down. You know what I'm saying? So that's myself. AR Smooth.
All right.
But we don't even want to waste time. We
Yes.
want to welcome. We have a special guest today.
Very special.
One of the best DJs in all of New York City.
All
of New York City. Over to my right, DJ Big Brooklyn is in the studio. How you doing?
In the house.
Good.
That's right. How you doing today?
Good.
All right. Good to have you here. You know what I'm saying? And I want to know the name, Big Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. Is that where you're from? Is that originally where you're from? I know it's an obvious question, but is that where you're from?
Absolutely. Despite it being an obvious question, I probably get asked that at least once a week.
Wow. Really?
Somebody asks me, "Are you from Brooklyn?" I'm like,
They want to make sure.
True.
Yeah,
You can't be
right.
repping Brooklyn.
That's right.
And not be from Brooklyn,
Yeah.
right?
Because they're going to know.
Yeah.
They're going to know if you really did.
It's usually an out of towner though.
Okay.
Like most
Really?
people from here, they kind of know. But if somebody, like I know they're from somewhere else, and they go, "Is that where you're from?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah." Or somebody will say something like, "Oh, are you from Queens?" And it's like, ha ha ha.
Wow.
But yes, that's where I'm from, born and raised.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you're still there now?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So, yeah.
So you're representing. That's local.
All
We're
right.
here in Brooklyn right now, and we're here representing in Brooklyn. So that's what it is. That's what's up.
Yes,
Mhm.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes. And let me ask you this. I mean, how did you even get into, doing what you're doing? I mean, you're big right now. How did you even get into DJing? And, did you have any inspiration to get to this point?
Yes. How much time do we have?
All the time you need,
No, seriously. My oldest brother, as a youth, he was a DJ, and he DJed for a while. I've always loved music, so that was I think it was always in me. I just didn't really express it. But yeah, my oldest brother would be my earliest inspiration. Shout out to Tony. What up?
Hey, Tony.
Right.
And then kind of I would say like life, sends you in different directions, and the occupation or the job of DJ wasn't like it is now, where you could actually live off of it if you wasn't connected with a rapper or something like that. So, excuse me. So, I think the fire stayed there, but it didn't really manifest itself until I got a little older and kind of got life situated, as it were. And then literally, like, what wound up happening is I was making compilation CDs for people's parties, and then one day this lady was like, "How come you don't DJ?" And it was like, why don't I?
That's how it happens.
And that's
it's confirmation.
Yeah. And then I started on my own, and decided, because I was starting so late, I didn't really have a hands-on mentor at the time.
Yep.
So I was talking to a friend of mine, because I was working in the club setting already.
Mm-hmm.
So I was friendly with the DJs that were there, and I was talking to one of them, and he was like, there's a DJ school. And I was like,
Really?
what?
Oh, wow.
In New York?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Once upon a time, it was two. One of them has since closed, but I went to the one called Scratch Academy.
Okay.
And that's where I made a lot of connections that I still have, to this day. And I went there, got sharp, learned what I needed to learn, realized that what I was doing prior to that was not DJing.
Oh.
Seriously, I even put a YouTube video up. Like it might still be there if you look for it, but it was so terrible. Like I
It
didn't
was
know
from your
about
early days.
yeah, I didn't know about counting beats or
Oh.
or any of the structure of DJing.
Okay.
But once I went to the school, I got a more specific love for what it entails, and I realized like this is an art,
Right.
art.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like any other art where it's gonna take some work.
Yeah.
And then I just started working at it. That was pretty
that's
much it.
great.
That's awesome.
That's
now, how
great.
long does it take you to graduate from Scratch Academy?
Well, they have a whole like set of it's almost like college.
Okay, so it's a huge, it's a real curriculum, basically.
Right.
Okay.
It is that's the word I was looking for.
Gotcha.
It is an actual curriculum.
Okay.
I did not go the full curriculum because it branches off they have production and
Interesting.
So I kind of did what I felt I needed.
Right.
Right.
And then, I put it to the side, but it was definitely helpful.
Wonderful. So, but it's something definitely you would recommend, you would say, to other
If
people.
yes, if you don't have somebody who's willing to, give you a couple hours a day or a
Right.
week to do that, then it's definitely, a place you want to go.
This is your mentorship.
Absolutely.
That's basically what it is. So if you're looking for a mentor, Scratch Academy sounds like an amazing place to go to
Absolutely.
for that mentorship that we all need when we're going into a new
Right,
field
right.
and we're trying to master it, So that's
Absolutely.
wonderful that you took that initiative to get the proper training, the right training. That's why you're so
Right.
successful.
Correct.
That makes a big
Absolutely.
difference. Preparation is key.
You know what it was with me? I'm big on respecting the elders,
Yes.
as it were. And part of my story is I work at the 4040 Club, and I was doing security there. So when I started DJing, I kind of knew if I asked, they'll probably let me, DJ.
Okay.
But I also know that in order to DJ in a club like that or to DJ in any club, most guys, there's a path, that you gotta, you start in your bedroom and your friend's party for free,
Right,
and then you
right.
may get, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of did a, Kobe Bryant, God bless the dead, straight into the league type of deal. But I wanted to be ready because you never want to embarrass yourself. But
Yeah.
I also wanted to show respect to people that put in, paid their dues. And at this point now, I definitely pay my dues.
Absolutely, you
good.
have.
It's been some bumps and bruises, but
I'm sure.
like I said, it's an art.
You have to love what you do.
that part.
You have to love what you do.
That
Because the
part.
nightlife alone, that energy that you need to have alone, like how is that? How do you balance DJing and your own private life outside of DJing? Because that you need to attain a certain amount of energy. You know what I mean? So what's the balance like?
Well, my outside of DJing, like that's my life. So I know there's certain things I have to do. So that goes without. There's no thought there.
Right.
But with the DJing, what I try to remember is that every time somebody walk into that club or you DJing a wedding or whatever the event is, that's somebody's night. That's somebody's went and bought an outfit,
Right.
It is.
been planning it for
That's
weeks.
that's their
You-
check.
Yeah.
Exactly.
2-week
That's
check, right?
Exactly. That's something to them. So I try to keep that in mind in that, being that I'm there every weekend,
Right.
sometimes you could get complacent. Sometimes, if it's only 100 people and they spattered about and you playing music and nobody's really
Right.
doing anything,
Yeah.
somebody somewhere is paying attention.
Correct.
And to somebody, you're a memory, especially when you're talking about weddings. I do a
yeah,
lot
for
of
sure.
proms,
Okay.
stuff like that. It's like that's a memory for somebody. So that's what I use to motivate
Okay.
myself, to try to remind myself that while I may have played this song X amount of times or
Right.
whatever, to somebody, this is new.
Oh yeah.
So that
for sure.
kind of helps me.
Awesome.
I love how you really centered yourself into this field. You know how how to really cultivate the positivity in the room. It sounds
Right.
like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Because you know what you're looking to put out. You're looking for that type of feedback, and you want people to have a great time.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
that's huge.
That's
when you
major.
think about it.
That's
You
major.
know, you
Absolutely.
want everybody to have an epic time, and I don't think a lot of people feel like that. So it's wonderful when you find somebody who really says, you know what, I care.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I try not to approach it like work. I say work, like when I say, I got to work tonight, but I'm not looking at it like punch a clock work. I'm looking at like put in work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at it like
Right.
that. I'm looking at it like that.
But do you have a preference when you were saying about proms and weddings and being at the club? Do you have a preference of where you like to be, or where you get the most energy, or what's the most fun?
Yeah, what is the most fun
Yeah.
event?
You know?
I'm curious. People always say weddings, and they say so. I'm curious.
Well, I can tell you, weddings, the crowd is usually easier to please.
Okay.
Because it's kind of people from pretty much the same group, family. Sometimes the bride or the groom has preferences as far as the kind of music they like. There's always the line dances that get people moving.
Right.
There's a lot of drinking, so the best DJ you heard depends on how much you drank. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them deals. So there is a gratification you get from there. I also though enjoy proms because it's kids, and kids are it can be different.
Yeah.
I
You
can
know
only
what I mean?
imagine.
It can be different, and
They don't need the alcohol. They're just
they
naturally
really
on a high.
don't. They really don't. And now I would say the last few years is because of the YouTube culture and SoundCloud and all of that stuff. Is like you might have somebody come up and you think you ready, and they come up and go, "Oh, you got such and such by such and such," and you like, no, what is that?
Yeah,
As a matter of fact, again, God bless the dead. The school that I work at, I did their graduation or their prom rather like 2 years ago, and they put me on a Pop Smoke, and it was like.
Yeah, rest
It
in
was like
peace.
you heard
Rest in
that,
peace.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Rest in
gone too
peace,
soon.
yes,
Tell me about it.
absolutely.
Too
But
soon.
Did you ever have the opportunity? I don't mean to cut you off to meet Pop Smoke. And...
no, I did.
Okay.
I did not. Paths didn't cross. I felt like I would have eventually because where I work is like 4040 is a destination.
It
you know?
is.
It's a place that people from wherever they come there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know when I was doing security one point years ago, and I remember people coming there with luggage, like because I was doing the door, and I'm like, you don't want to go to the hotel first?
Wow.
And it was like, no, we gotta
No.
see it. I was like, all
Yeah.
right.
Oh.
Yeah.
And, you let them in. It wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't a Friday night, Saturday night turn up. It was like during the week, but
Okay.
Yeah.
they literally came there with luggage. But anyway, but to that point, I've met a bunch of celebrities,
Okay.
but because of that,
That's amazing.
because of working there. But
Right.
I didn't have the pleasure though. I liked his trajectory though. I saw something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I saw him being great.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. That
Yeah.
voice
I
alone.
know.
I saw him being
What?
great,
His
yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
Like,
And he could really, really rap.
yeah.
Like a lot of times, some of the newer artists, they don't get the credit that they deserve because of sometimes the music they put out comes out as simplistic or
that's
it's repetitive.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
the older crowd is like, he ain't got no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Right.
every once in a while, like you'll hear him on a podcast, or if you just listen to their own music, like and he was one of those people. Like he could really, really rap. Him, Juice WRLD, another one. Like they could rap.
Right.
So it's that kind of stuff though keeps me grounded,
Okay.
and it also motivates me. It just reminds you that no matter how bad it is, you can reverse it.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
You can still flip it.
And you found yourself so somebody at the elementary school or somebody at the school put you on a Pop Smoke, or were you just
I hadn't
Wow.
heard of him at that point.
Yeah.
It was like a
Okay.
SoundCloud YouTube thing. They was
Right.
like, "Could you play Welcome to the Party?" And I was like,
Like what?
"What is
Right.
this?"
Yeah, what is this?
And actually, I thought it was a French Montana song that's called "Welcome to the Party." That
Yes.
I actually
That's what I
liked.
was thinking
Me
about.
too.
Yeah, I actually like
yeah,
that
yeah,
song.
yeah.
So I was like, maybe that's what he talking about. He just got the name. So I played that, and they was looking at me like,
What are you
"That ain't
doing?
it."
That's not it.
I was,
You the DJ.
Right,
You're supposed to
right,
know what's
right.
going on.
I said that ain't it. And then I searched again, and I was like, oh, okay.
that's all I was wondering. Like, did they ever boo or anything? Like,
Right.
if you're playing something that they don't want you to play because you didn't know, do you ever get booed or how did you?
I have not had the pleasure of getting booed.
Oh,
that's good.
great. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah,
Sorry
knock
about
on
that. I know
wood.
we on the podcast. My bad, but yeah,
I know what you're saying.
I haven't had that. I played a song recently with a certain incarcerated artist. It wasn't recent. It was right around the time he got into trouble and began to tell on his friends.
Oh,
Got
And
it.
I was playing
Yeah.
a different song, not his part,
right.
but I definitely saw like 10 people stop and go like that. I was like, I ain't going.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I'm with y'all. I agree.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, I've never gotten booed like that.
And
Oh,
I feel
that's
like
good.
you've always put out quality work from your reputation. It just it's gold. So when you have a great reputation, that shows why you're never going to get
Yes.
into that type of situation
Yeah.
because
Right.
at the end of the day, the energy you're putting out is positive. You're going in there, you're feeling the vibe, you're in it. You know what I mean? So it's to kind of set you apart from a lot of the other DJs
Truly does.
around.
I think as a DJ, you need tools,
Okay.
and the number one tool you need in your bag is to read the crowd.
Yes.
yeah.
I will give 4040 the credit for that because of the fact, like I mentioned, it's a destination spot. So
Right.
you may have 20 people from South Carolina, 10 people from Queens, 6 people from Germany. Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? And somehow you got to make it all work, like gumbo or something like that. You know what I mean? So that's usually how I approach my sets. And what I do is, if I see this crowd is moving right, but this group is completely,
They're just
whatever.
chilling.
Then I'll give them a few minutes, and then I'll see if I could figure out what they need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just genre hop.
Okay.
I would say it works most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
But you definitely can't please everybody,
Everybody.
all the
Right.
time.
It's impossible.
Do you get a lot of people? Because I know for me back in the day, like I would be the culprit to go to the DJ. I'm the person that would be sent to the DJ booth all the
Yes,
time.
all the
Seriously,
time.
yes, Toya, you know it. Get over there, get to the DJ booth, and try to get the songs that we want played. The friends and all
Right,
the
right.
girls. So. How many of those do you get per night? And is that still going on? Like, do people still give you those requests that they want all the time? How is it annoying to you? How do you feel when people come up to you? I've always wanted to ask.
It absolutely happens all the time.
Okay.
It is not uncommon at all. It goes with the territory, right? If I wanted to complain, I would the thing that I complain about in my head, I never to the person, is when people tell me to play this next.
Oh, mess up your rotation.
Yeah.
Once you say next, anything you said prior to that,
Irrelevant.
Well,
it
that's
could
good
have
to know.
been I got a check for 10. Nope.
Yes.
Once you say next,
Okay.
no.
Don't
But
say next.
Definitely not. To the world out there, when you want to request a song,
Wow, okay.
ask them, do you have this?
Okay.
Start with a compliment. Oh man, you're killing it.
Right.
By the way,
Right.
Yeah, something to
Definitely.
get
You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
guys,
Yeah,
viewers,
yeah.
listen so you can
Better
know
listen
what
to
There
this
you
and
go.
take notes.
That's how you get your song played.
Okay.
And sometimes like there's some songs that we're gonna play. You
Right.
don't even have to ask.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, in the event that there's something that you haven't heard yet, you've been there for a while, That's all right. But I've had people walk in the door and come right to the booth and go and ask me for songs that I've played already. Personally, I don't like to repeat songs and during the set. However, I have made the exception.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about a large group of people, I throw it on. Maybe I'll play a different mix of it, or I'll play a different part of it, or blend it with something else. You know what I mean? But I definitely don't mind requests, and I like when it's engaged.
Okay.
When you get you also get a lot of birthday shout outs.
Right. Right.
Another pro get your request tip.
Okay. Take notes.
Y'all need to listen to this.
You know what I'm saying? Tell the DJ, my name is such and such, or can you give this person a birthday shout out? That's it. We don't really need to know how long you've been in a relationship. Or
just keep it simple, real simple, right?
They breaking the whole thing down.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. Because sometimes when you're in the middle of a set, you got like 10 songs in your head that this is where I'm going, this is the part I'm going to drop it, dot. But you don't want to be rude. So a person comes to the booth and you engaging, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I've missed cue points, being nice to people, and it's like,
wow.
But it's all love, because at the end of the day, as a DJ, you there for them.
Right.
Yeah, you're getting paid,
Definitely.
and you may have a name, and you may be somebody to the world or whatever, but you there for them. And if people are not there to listen to you play, guess where you're at? You know what I'm saying? So I personally I don't mind requests. I don't mind birthday shout outs or any of that stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you have like a go-to song to get him on the floor that you know? Okay,
Yeah,
you know what? I know this gonna get him on the floor. I've been trying this and that. You know what? I'm going back to what I know.
Well, actually, that again, that ties in with reading the crowd, because sometimes there is no go-to song. Sometimes you can look at folks and think, oh, I could play City Girls for her, but she ain't really with City Girls. She want to hear Little Kim, or she want to hear Kevin Gates or Lil Wayne or something. So that doesn't always work.
Yeah.
But I do find that at 40-40, Jay-Z, Beyonce, they kind of work at any point.
Yeah, because you're already at that spot.
Yeah. They're established. They're amazing. We love them.
Right.
That's definitely love them.
That's when I'm with my, you know where you're at, so you know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You can't go wrong with you.
And as a DJ, I mean, music is being put out so fast now that it's difficult.
Yeah, how do you keep up? I mean,
how do you keep up?
I mean,
you don't. No, I'm just kidding.
it's so much.
I'm like, how do you keep up?
It's like everything else in life. It's work. You know what I mean? You have to put the work in. You got to make time.
Right.
Little bit of common sense. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to listen to a song one time and recognize, all right, this will work. And I can tell you, in my, since we're gonna talk personally, that sometimes affects my love for music. Like, I've always loved music, but I've always been able to listen to it the way I want to listen to it and get out of it whatever I want to get out of it.
Right.
Now I kind of got to listen and say, would this work? Would that work? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of the fun out of it sometimes, but it also, sparks creativity, because there's some points where, it could be a slow song, but they got a phrase or something in there that I could drop this part of the song and then go into this song, and it's like,
okay.
Yeah.
I love it when you guys do that. It's like a little blend. You hit it. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
But yeah, as far, I mean, I always say that the internet is the best and worst thing that happened to human society.
I agree.
And one of the negatives, well, one of the benefits is that artists no longer have to really rely on record companies, and you don't have to put together a project and then sit it in front of people and they say, oh, this is good, that sucks, leave this one, go do this over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now artists could kind of put out what they want. And what's happening is
True. That's true.
you got people putting out 4 or 5 albums or projects in 1 year.
Yeah, right
You know
away.
what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like they at the Grammys where they're all 5 categories. You're
Right.
like, okay.
It takes no time now.
You know what I
Not
mean?
lying.
And that you know, to sift through what would work in the club, what wouldn't work in the club, you know, that kind of makes it's a little difficult, but it's not. It's a good problem.
I agree with you. You have to over content. I mean, you can always have your feel of who you want to put on and so on and so forth. My question is for somebody trying to get on the radio, or our question: how do you do it?
On the radio,
Like, I'm not the radio. Like get their song played in like a club or something like that. How do they get their song played in, you know, when you're DJing? If they're like a new artist and they're looking to be on your roster, do they contact you directly?
Communicate.
Okay.
communicate.
Gotcha.
And don't do it at the club.
Oh.
If you know you coming to the 4040 club and you know that DJ Big Brooklyn is at the 4040 club, you know, find me on Instagram, hit my DM or whatever.
Right.
Can you give it a listen? Now, there's people out there who have sent me music that I haven't always got to review. Some of it I just know this is good for driving. This is not going to work in this club.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
But definitely don't come to a DJ at the event or at whatever venue you're at and say, "Can you play my song?" Because if I know there, if I haven't heard it, I'm not playing it. And I'm not in the middle of my set gonna stop and listen to your song.
And that's taking a
that's
big risk
difficult,
anyway, because you don't even
right.
know how it's going to sound or what's on
Right,
it. Yeah.
that's a huge
So anybody
risk.
listening, if you coming up and coming, give your, well, I'm not going to say that word, but just give your information, give your music to the DJ well in advance,
Right.
before you
Right.
come to the club.
I know I've been offered money, you know, and stuff like that, and you know, that's fine.
Right.
But if I don't like it or if I'm not sure about, I'm still not.
Right.
Not gonna-
That
You're
makes
still
sense.
ethical
Not
at the
gonna
end of the
play.
day.
Right.
You're still there's still
Absolutely.
integrity there. You're not going to just throw it on just because somebody gave you a couple $100 or
Right.
however,
Right.
whatever it is. And and we respect that. I mean, that's what you want. That's what makes good music.
I will tell you though, I have run across, I have had people, you know, send me stuff that I'm like, oh, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's fire. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
But then you know, that, it's different now because I'm at a club that's attached to, you know, an artist. So
Exactly.
Right.
I kind of gotta listen to the other stuff you made and check your Instagram posts and stuff like that. And make
That's
sure.
you
What kind
out.
of person
Yeah,
are you?
there you go. Make sure you wasn't talking crazy a couple
Yes,
weeks ago.
right.
Yes, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because people will do that. They be like, I said, look, he playing my song.
Right.
And I
Yeah,
look
yeah.
stupid.
Right.
I actually early in my career, I found this interesting. I was playing in the afternoon. It was like, you know, after work type of deal. Hardly anybody in the club, but it was a small group of guys. I'll just say that. And there was a manager who wasn't necessarily a hip hop guy. So they were buying bottles in the afternoon. So they sent him over to ask me to play Ether.
Okay.
So he comes over to me and go, could you play this song? It's called Ether or something like that.
Amazing
and I'm looking
song,
at him.
by the way.
Yes.
One of my favorite songs. Well, okay, I'm
Okay,
not a
okay,
fan.
all right,
Okay,
that's
sorry.
it. Interview's over. It's over. Listen, did I mention I'm from the Marcy Projects?
Okay,
Okay, all right,
gotcha.
all right,
Mhm.
all
I
right.
see the
You
beat.
already know.
I see-
We already know.
All right, I digress.
Okay.
I digress. But yeah, like I looked at him like he was crazy. I was like, "Do you know what that is?" And he was like, "No, what is it?" So I explained it to him. He was like, "Oh." So he goes as he's walking over to them.
Okay.
When I say the laughter, they were dying laughing.
Funny.
I was offended, but I had to laugh a little
Yeah.
bit too, because I'm
Right.
like, if
Yeah.
I didn't know any better,
Yeah.
But it kind of goes back to the point where
didn't know.
I can't play stuff I haven't heard
Right.
that I didn't
Yeah.
review.
Right. And that song was ridiculous. Now that I'm listening in my mind, I can hear the lyrics. I'm like,
So,
it was a little crazy.
It starts
back in the
off
day.
crazy. It's like
yeah. Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, I think I listened to it twice, and that was it.
That was the end.
I never
yeah.
listened to it again.
Yeah.
Listen, I just
So
And
let's
it's-
just say that's
it's-
not in your rotation, is it?
Right.
Nah, not
and,
at
but,
all.
and
Not
it's
at
all
all.
love now. I love
I
the
don't
fact
play
that
hit.
it's
I don't
all
play
love
hit 'em
now.
up either.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
Summer knows. Summer knows.
Nah.
Right. Summer knows, and it's great that you think like that. You're thinking about
Yeah.
the feelings of people, because people will feel some type of way. Certain things shouldn't be played anyway because it's just too reactive.
Right. Right.
You know what I
is.
mean? What
Right.
type of
It
reaction are you trying to get? Like you said, this is somebody's night out.
Right.
Nobody wants to hear beef music, drama.
Right,
Like,
right.
Not at all.
Yeah.
at any
Not at
point,
all.
like
Yeah.
we try to enjoy ourselves.
Yes.
You know, this
Well, we
is
ain't come
gonna
out
be-
for this.
Yes.
Come on.
Exactly.
What you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah, I try to keep it light. I mean, the genre of drill music, which is your Chief Keefs and Fabio and even Pop Smoke, like
Yeah.
that kind of music is aggressive anyway.
Correct.
Right.
It is,
Correct.
right off the bat.
And-
I agree.
It's
You know what I'm
aggressive.
saying?
It
If
has
you-
a different energy to
It
it.
does.
Definitely.
It
It's a
does.
different energy, definitely. Yeah.
But I mean, people still like it. But even
They
some of
do.
that, you got to be careful because
Right.
there's references to
Right.
street life that
Right.
if you don't know any better, like the first time I played Big Drip in the club, like this dude came up to the booth and he was throwing all kinds of signs,
Oh,
and
boy.
I was like, I just like the song, like
Right.
Yeah, he was
shit.
That's it.
taking it literally.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was like, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you know what, music is so emotional.
It is.
Music
It absolutely is.
emotion. You know what I mean? Like, and
Mm-hmm.
and you're basically playing with everybody's emotions all night, right?
I'm glad you said that because there's a sometimes you'll go to clubs and you'll hear them playing. I always when I'm up there, one of my phrases I say I like to play old stuff, new stuff, all that stuff, right? And the reason I say that is because when you play new music, I know at the venue I'm at, when you play new music, sometimes it's crickets because people don't know it yet.
Yeah.
They don't love it
Right.
yet. There's actually a meme that says it has like a picture of these girls and it says like me playing the song You're Gonna Be Loving in 2 weeks or something like that. But
Oh.
the point is sometimes people don't get it's not there's no attachment to it yet.
Exactly.
Right.
But when you play a song that's older, there's a memory of at a club or at an
Right.
event or part whatever the case is,
Right.
and people react more to that. So that's why when I'm playing, like I'll play a group of new stuff, but I always hit them with
Okay.
remember this, remember
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know
We
what
have
I'm saying?
to. We need that blend.
But has any
Definitely.
of your songs that you played ever caused a fight?
Ooh.
No.
No.
I mean, I've been up there and seen fights.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say so. Like I
Yeah.
said, I try to read the crowd. I try to
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
know
good.
know who's there,
Mhm.
and plus they got pretty good security. Shout out to
Yes.
security,
Oh, that's
but
good.
Yeah,
they
that's
got
good.
good security
In the
there.
venue
That
you're
they
at
do.
too, that does it's a different type of ambiance
Yeah.
there.
And it's a very
Yeah.
classy ambiance.
Yes.
You know, definitely 4040 is a definitely
Different crowd.
a different crowd.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
they know what they're getting. Yeah, they know when they're coming in there. I'm
You gotta
assuming.
act right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Not accepting anything less.
Right.
No one in there is
I mean,
accepting anything less than
Exactly. Anytime you introduce alcohol into a situation, though,
Yeah,
it could. There's
yeah.
always a potential of going left. But for the most part, folks behave there.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
behave
That's
there.
good to hear.
That is.
So I try to like when I'm playing, I try to inspire happiness.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
what we need.
Play
I
like
kind of feel like you inspire that in just everyday life,
Right.
and just even just to. I know you're really big in martial arts too. You have there's so many other. You're so multifaceted. So
Yeah.
you just put out so much good energy in so many different capacities. So it's kind of like this is all, it's all part of you, you know, your
Right.
brand, being, you know, DJ Big Brooklyn.
Right.
And so that's why people need to just jump on the bandwagon if they have it.
Right.
Get themselves
right.
down to 4040 Club and,
it.
and make
Yeah.
sure they take part while you're
Yep.
still, you
That's
know,
it.
giving out that good stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right.
2020 is some things on the table.
That's
so
right.
Love
you know
it,
what I mean?
love it.
There's some things on the table.
Awesome. All big things.
Make some moves.
That's
Absolutely.
love. Definitely.
Now, how long have you been down in over there doing it?
It's been a while.
It's been around
Long
4040.
time.
Okay.
Okay.
I got there about few months after they opened.
Wow.
So
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I kinda
Okay.
been
Down from the beginning.
Yeah, but I mean I was DJing.
Yeah.
I mean doing security. Excuse me.
Okay.
And I started DJing in 2012.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And that just shows a lot about the brand itself. You know, the fact that you were
Yes.
able to move up.
talk
I
about
mean, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Change careers within the
That
same
growth.
company. That's huge. And
Talk
it speaks
about
a
it.
lot about the leadership there. You know
Talk
what I mean?
about it. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I
that's
mean
awesome.
it's if nothing else, I could say that it definitely will afford you opportunities because I know people who started as security, as hostesses, as
Okay.
bartenders, servers, or whatever, who, you know, are at Rock Nation right now.
Oh, wow.
See that?
Wow.
That's
There's
good.
definitely
That's
room for
huge.
growth.
So it's
Okay.
I mean, people say what they want.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know what it is, and I
That's
was
love.
it's definitely if you put in the work,
Right.
you know, you be rewarded.
Absolutely. We all agree with that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know.
That's
Absolutely.
love.
Do you mind a question? I have a question from someone that's on Instagram.
Sure.
All right. Her name, I hope I'm saying it correctly. Mahira62. He said, "What are some of your favorite songs? Do you have any?"
Oh, geez, Wiz.
Yeah,
That's
like
like
what's hot for
picking
you
your
right
favorite
now?
It's hot.
kid.
Yeah,
What's your favorite songs right now?
My favorite song right now, I don't even. It's
have a
like a
favorite?
warm up song. I like that Doja Cat song.
Oh,
That,
yes.
Oh, I heard yeah,
Juicy?
Yeah.
No, not Juicy's good. The Say So. It's got this like roller skating, Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
Janet
Yeah, yeah,
Jackson.
yeah.
It's like a complete vibe. Like I really
Yeah.
I like that. But as far as in the club, I mean, Big Drip still. That's
Yeah.
still
It's all, yeah.
that
You
joint.
feel it no matter
the,
what. Yeah.
the
time of
Dior.
day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's that other song? Pop Smoke got another song on his album that's a little more up tempo that I like. But you know, it's all over. It's all over the place.
Yeah, it varies.
To be,
Yeah.
you know, to be honest, I like reggaeton.
Yes.
I like reggae.
Yeah.
I play
You don't know.
bachata. You know what I'm saying? Jimbo. I like that. What's that song? Gorinang. With El Alpha and Lil Pump. Like,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? I play a little bit of
Yes,
everything. So,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's love.
Those are a couple of my favorites though.
I remember they used to play that go-go stuff back in the day. The go-go and
Yeah.
the club beats and
That-
all that.
that works.
That used.
That works. You
They used to do all
could
that
throw that in there and then go
Right.
into the wobble song.
Yeah.
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 Good
Wow.
money. I like to go from the wobble, loop the backing it up and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
go
yeah,
into
yeah.
back that thing up by Juvenile. Trying not to cuss, pardon
Nice.
y'all. You know what I'm saying? That Juvenile song, like
Right.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
it should be in the Guinness Book.
I
That's
totally
Or
agree.
a
something.
classic. Oh,
I
know.
Yeah. What?
I have never ever seen or heard that song played where people didn't go nuts.
Everybody
Like it
reacts
just
to
came
that.
out.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
No matter when
No
it's
matter
played.
where it's
No
played.
matter when or where it's played.
Beginning of the night, end of the night,
Yeah.
like that. It's amazing. I've been at 40 where it was played like 3 or 4 times unintentionally. You know, by this guy, and then the next guy comes on and he throw it in there. Then the next guy comes on, he throws it in, and it's like okay,
Wow.
but it gets the same reaction every
Same
time.
reaction.
It's pretty
That's
amazing.
dope.
Now, have you traveled around DJing, or do you usually stay in like within the 4040
Yeah.
club, or have you like
I've-
travel with it?
No, I've definitely DJ other venues. I have not been out the country yet,
Okay.
but that's one of the things on the table.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So I'm looking for
2020's
that.
here. It's,
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I did a wedding in Florida,
Okay.
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
which was interesting.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, because it was I flew out Saturday morning. No, Friday. Well, from Friday, between Friday and Saturday, and got there. There was some confusion with their setup, so I wound up like changing in the bathroom and
Oh man.
then
It wasn't what you were used to. Put it
right.
like that.
but
right?
but you know, people danced.
That's
you know,
right.
it was cool. I flew
Right.
back
It worked out.
Saturday night.
Okay.
you part
I
of
mean,
somebody's
Sunday.
memory right there.
Right.
That's
As a
right.
matter
You know?
of fact, I'm not being truthful. These folks, this is the biggest part of the story, and I can't believe that I messed that up.
Got to spill the
Oh.
beans.
They might be
Uh-oh.
on the gram talking crazy about me now.
Uh-oh.
They scheduled their wedding around my schedule. I left Saturday night into Sunday, and they got married on Sunday, and I came back
Gotcha.
Monday.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fast
Okay.
turnaround. Yeah. That's a fast turnaround.
But they got married on a Sunday,
Wow.
so that I could DJ
Oh,
their wedding.
That is so
Also, you can-
beautiful.
wow.
How
That
did they
just-
hear about you?
And that
Like,
speaks to your,
I knew
your
him.
talent.
Oh, you knew
Wow.
them.
Yeah, I
Okay.
knew.
All
That's
right.
beautiful.
I knew him.
Oh,
But yeah, that was a thing.
yeah,
That was the thing.
absolutely. And it feels good, I'm sure,
It
to
does.
just kind of leave that venue to know how special you were to their day.
Yeah.
Felt
They didn't
like
want to
it.
have their day without you. You know
Felt
what I'm
like
saying?
it.
So that feels good.
That does.
That feels really
Absolutely.
good.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's family. That's love.
Exactly.
sure.
And that's what you want. You want people to request you because they know that you're coming in and you're bringing in quality consistently.
right.
You know, and so it speaks to. And I want to just kind of. I know we wanted to bring up your children, your amazing children who are
Right.
extremely talented.
Yes.
Right.
Number one, and tell me a little bit about what they have. They're amazing in the martial arts.
Right.
I mean,
They're,
they are
I
phenomenal.
got two brown belts and 2 green belts.
Oh my God.
And
a lot of work.
That's love.
yeah, I got a chef. I got a art
Wow.
designer.
Okay.
Like they're doing their thing.
That
They're
is
doing their
nice.
thing.
The excellence spills over
Yeah,
from
that's
daddy,
positive.
right?
I try.
Yes.
I try to set the example. You
Love
know what I
it.
mean? But yeah, they're definitely awesome.
Definitely stand up.
So do
guy all
you
the way
have
around.
any, like, outside of DJing? Like, do you own any businesses? Like, what is your life outside of DJing?
Oh, well, I have a day job
Okay.
that keeps me pretty busy. But even in that job, you know, I just got a promotion last year.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So right now I'm in school to obtain certificates to be better at that job.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Big
That's
up to you for
that's
that.
kind of
Keep
that's kind of
pushing.
how that's
Yes.
kind of how I'm moving. But I'm dabbling into the clothing arena.
Really?
Yeah, I am partnering with my brother in some things. My brother's he's an entrepreneur. Like
Is he
Okay.
older brother?
yeah, he's older.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this Tony?
I'm the youngest. No, that's
Okay.
Another one.
It's,
All right.
Scott. Yeah, his name is Scott. Shout out to Born Exotic. You know,
Hey,
he-
Born
Born
Exotic.
Exotic.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Born exotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
All
do.
right.
He has knowledge of self, I take it.
How-
Born exotic. When you have knowledge of self, you got these born things.
that
Feel like
name.
we back in the
Justice.
90s. Now,
Uh-oh.
hold on
Rob,
now.
Yeah.
What was
like,
my name
no.
back in the
Okay.
90s? I had my name too.
I just thought I asked.
Actually, no,
Oh,
but
okay.
you know,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
they actually do custom dance wear.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
You want to shout
But
out?
they-
Do they have
they-
the Instagram page or something?
Yes,
Okay.
born exotic, but they do t-shirts and
Okay.
stuff like that. So they did my first run of t-shirts, etc. or whatever. So
Nice.
we're looking to do some things in the future.
Okay, we'll look out for that. We'll look out for
Definitely.
that.
Definitely. We got to
Yes,
check
yes.
out DJ Big Brooklyn and his clothing
Yeah.
line. I mean,
That's right.
That sounds
That's right.
amazing.
Yeah, that's
This is the fashion capital of the world.
Yes.
It really
So,
is.
It
Yes.
is.
It
This
really
is the place
is.
to do it.
It really
right.
is. I did a few years ago. I want to say 2. I'm so bad with time. But I got I brought a couple of models with some one-piece cat suits with my
Okay.
name on or whatever. But
Okay.
I
It
seen
was
that on
very-
your Instagram.
Yeah.
There's like 2 of them, I believe, right? Okay.
It was actually 3, but she didn't
Okay.
want to take pictures, so whatever.
No, okay.
It's like, what'd you come here for? Now,
Here comes Brooklyn. Here comes Brooklyn.
Okay.
What you come here for?
Yeah, what you hear?
Oh wow.
You know, so it's I would consider myself a creative.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No doubt. If you need any models, just let me know.
Yes.
I'll help you
I
out.
will do
also
that.
Do
I'm-
model. All
that's
right?
what's up.
So,
That's
yeah.
right.
I'm
Sure.
planning-
Amazing model.
I'm planning some this year. I'm gonna do
Okay.
another party.
Love it.
Looking into maybe doing some events and stuff.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get properly educated on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what I can tell you about DJing, like pretty much everything else in life, from the outside looking in, like even podcasting, like when you watching somebody else do this, it's like, oh, it's easy, but it's not. You know what
It's
I
a
mean?
lot more
When you're on the
involved.
inside.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's a lot more
So I'm trying to educate myself on things before I
Okay.
jump into it.
I hear you.
Looking into the stock market, all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
All that
Exactly.
great
Yeah.
stuff. Do you
All
own
that's
any
important.
property? Do you like any real estate?
Not at this
into
point.
that? Okay.
I like it.
Yes.
I'm there.
Okay.
I haven't pulled the trigger on
Okay.
anything. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
It's all about, to me, like preparation. Once you start to prepare, and as you got, I'm big on vision boards. I'm big on putting the vision in your mind first.
Right.
Keep capturing it there first. And if you can capture it there and you can actually see it and execute it mentally, then there's nothing
Right.
else that, it's only the action that needs to happen, because it
Yeah.
has to first happen in your mind.
Absolutely.
And it sounds as though you already know what you need to do. You're on top
Right,
of it. The
right.
school is on, the school
Yeah,
is in
so
place.
many great
this
things.
is
Yeah.
this is the preparation.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so, and that's what we want to really teach these young people, is that you can attain your dreams. You can attain these
Absolutely.
goals, but it takes some preparation. It takes some time. It's not an instantaneous
That's right.
success route to
Right.
be DJ Big Brooklyn. You can't just wake up and be DJ Big Brooklyn.
Brooklyn,
You
yeah.
have to put the work in. And so we love the fact that you put this work in, and you're
Yes.
still putting in work,
More
because
work.
it's a continuous
It really is.
journey,
It is.
right?
It
always is.
So
That's
it's
right.
wonderful that what you're doing, and we love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Sure.
appreciate that.
Yes.
Dropping jewels over there. Talk about it.
That's
Yes,
cool, though.
yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm constantly learning, because what I can tell you about, the DJ field, there are, like, I don't think personally, I don't think I could do a Mount Rushmore. Like in
Right.
sports and
Yes.
other
Yeah.
things, there's always a Mount Rushmore. I don't think I could select a Mount Rushmore, because there's like there's phenomenal DJs that the average person might never have heard of,
Right.
unless
Yeah.
they're
Right.
from that town. You know what I
That's
mean? Like
true.
one of the, he was like I guess you would call him the headmaster, but his name
Yeah.
is DJ Namanon.
Okay.
He's one of
See, I
the,
haven't heard of him.
yeah, he's one of the most amazing DJs I've ever heard. Like,
And where
period.
is
What was his
From?
name again?
Namanon.
Namanon. Okay, DJ
Yeah.
Namanon.
Yeah, DJ Namanon. My instructor.
Was he from New York? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from
Yep.
Brooklyn.
Okay.
Shout out to DJ Namanon.
Absolutely.
Right.
My instructor's name's DJ Esquire.
Okay.
He actually won the DMC championship, which is a DJ battle. Another thing that when I started, like, I didn't know about the DMC. Like, it's a battle every year. You know
Now, what
I
does
mean?
DMC stand for? Do we know?
Don't give me the lion.
Okay.
It's gonna come to me,
Yes.
like, probably
Right.
when we rap.
But we could Google DMC and
You-
find out when the next battle is. How do we find out? If
Yeah.
We can go, how do we go to the next battle?
Well, you
'Cause
know
I
what?
want to go.
To be honest, not to put
Yeah,
a damper on things, they, with this thing going around, a
Oh,
lot of
Oh, okay.
a lot of
Coronavirus.
events are kind of
Canceling and-
Yes,
so
that's
I
true.
honestly don't know where they stand, where they're
Okay.
standing, but it's a nice event. I think the last year, but it was like a 13-year-old winner, like this kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
we have to Google this.
Oh, we
guys.
must.
Oh my.
We must.
13-year-old.
Yes.
Disco Mix Club. I used to DJ. That's what it is.
Oh wow, you did too. You're okay. Our producers, our sound, our
Tell me
engineer,
that.
also a DJ, amazing,
Wow.
our amazing
You see
engineer.
that?
Yes.
But kind of going back to what I said. There's a lot of greats out there. Jazzy Jeff, Kid Capri,
Right.
DJ AM, God bless the dead. If I wanted to say, if somebody said who you feel like would be your inspirations, I would say I would probably put DJ AM,
Okay.
Jazzy Jeff, and SNS probably at the top as far as being
Right.
inspired to. I want that's what I'm looking to do.
Right,
Like, this is
Yeah.
as far as their skill level, I got I got a way to go.
Okay. Right. I'm
You
sure.
know,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not
Yeah.
putting myself in that conversation. But
Okay.
those are guys that you know, they mean something to me.
Right.
Absolutely.
As a DJ Craze is another one. Like
Okay.
what the guys I like are guys who can. It's like mixed martial arts. Like
Right.
like when I was doing my little training, I gravitated to Jeet Kune Do, which is the art that Bruce Lee came up
Okay.
with.
Okay.
And basically it was, you know, take the essence of karate, jiu-jitsu,
Yep.
American boxing, kickboxing.
Oh, wow.
Take the essence of each one and then build it, you know, to
Okay.
yourself. Because one of his most popular sayings is "be water," right? And the idea is that, you know, if you put water in a bowl, it's the shape of the
Yes.
bowl. If you put it in a glass, it's the shape of the glass. As a DJ, wherever you at, you have to be water. Because I can go to, I'll be at the 4040 Club tonight, by the way. But I could be in the club tonight and it can be, like, for instance, it's a UFC event. That's a different crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I have to be able to touch that crowd.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's true.
Yesterday night we had a Biggie tribute.
Oh.
That's a different crowd.
Love
Right.
That's true.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yes.
it's like be water, mixed
Wow.
martial arts, Jeet Kune Do, all of that's together. So the DJs that I gravitate towards or I try to pattern myself after are guys who can do a little bit of everything. Could play your trap music, could
Right.
throw in some
Yeah.
go-go.
Multifaceted.
Exactly. Hit
Absolutely.
some reggae, hit some salsa, like
definitely.
all of that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, how do you guys? How are you able to connect? Is there like a conference that happens? And
What
that's
do you
just
mean?
like for DJs. How are you able to connect with other DJs, or is it just like, you know, is there a way that you guys all connect in some way or form, or is
you
there
mean like
a
do we have secret meetings
Right,
or hoods
like-
and stuff?
Yeah,
is
you
there
got
like a
your own
message board?
chat
Is there a
going on,
conference?
like-
Like, how do you know? Like, how do DJs connect? Because you know, every profession has their conferences that are exclusive to that industry,
Right.
In essence, so are there like conferences?
There- yeah,
Oh, so
there's-
there are,
yeah,
because
there's-
that's very
There's
interesting.
a DJ conference every year, and there's one for what you call it, like hardware. So
Oh.
new
Oh.
mixers, new turntables, new
Okay.
lighting systems, all of that stuff. They have one, you know, every year.
That makes sense.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Is that here in New York?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Makes it even better.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Things you never know
We
about
don't even
unless
know
you're in
about
there.
it.
In the
Unless you in the
industry.
industry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh wow!
Exactly.
And
But
is that
yeah.
a great place for people to go to? You think for these
Yes,
conferences
to
learn?
network. Like if you
Okay.
if you knew, like, check them out. I'm umming because I can't think of the
Can't think of the
name.
name.
But Google's your friend, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Okay.
just Google DJ conference, and you know,
Okay.
there's one every year, and it's in They have it in Vegas. They have it in California. So
Okay.
Oh,
wherever
that's
you at
neat.
in the
Yeah.
world. I mean,
Yeah.
the world is so different now. Like even if you're up and coming, want to start, you know, from scratch or whatever, you can go to YouTube, and they got tutorials.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That if you put in the work, you can learn.
Okay.
You know what I mean, I did it too. I was going to school and watching
And watching.
Yeah.
watching
Oh, wow.
tutorials.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Angelo. Yeah,
Shout out to
Angelo.
DJ Angelo.
I learned a lot from him too.
Awesome. On YouTube. Check him out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
You can
definitely.
learn
That's
anything
what's up.
on YouTube
Yeah.
these
You
days.
really can.
Absolutely.
Ah,
Absolutely.
And
amazing.
that gives a lot of people hope because they want to jump into the industry, but
Right.
they don't know how. How do I start? They're overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what their resources are.
Right.
So
Right.
now you're able to really connect them to that in a way. So, I mean, I could actually see you. I can see you having your own DJ school. I mean, I can see that for you. For
Yeah, you
some
ever
reason,
thought about that?
I feel like that would be awesome for
actually
you.
have.
Okay, 'cause I feel
Okay.
like
I
I feel
actually
that
have.
energy. Yes.
I actually for about three years I was teaching at the Brooklyn Public Library. They
Wow.
had a
Okay.
they had a
Alright.
Skillshare,
Love that.
you know, event there, And
cool.
for about three years or so, I went there, made some friends there too.
Nice.
You know,
Okay.
That's awesome.
It was a 101 though. You know,
It really-
it was
okay.
basically the basics. So
Yeah.
but
Right.
it was still fun.
Yeah,
That's
it gives
cool.
people hope. It
Yeah.
gives them a way to kind of like get out of that rut feeling they want this, and they're just like, how do I do it?
Yeah,
So that's
who do
good
I
that you gave
call?
them that.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
can I go?
Some people just need to be told, yeah, do it.
Yeah, just
Go for
That's
it.
true.
Just go
You know what I
for
mean?
it.
Because
Right.
we're all humans, and sometimes we're our own worst everything. You know what I
Yes,
mean? We're in our heads, and sometimes you just need somebody to say, nah, go
Just
ahead.
do it.
Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Which is what happened to me.
Yeah.
She
Just
said,
do
why
it.
aren't you doing it? I was like,
Oh yeah.
good
That-
point. And now I'm doing it.
That happens. When you start getting so much confirmation about something, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, this is more than something higher than me is telling me that
Right.
Right.
I got to do this. 'Cause
Right.
Right.
so people are telling you over and over and over, especially when a stranger's telling you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's like real
Absolutely.
confirmation because they don't have anything to gain from it.
No,
Right.
not at all.
Right.
Not at
And
all.
and
Yeah.
and I know for me it felt natural. Like it never felt forced. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Even those times when it's a little dry or
Yeah.
you know, people aren't, it's not euphoric
Responding,
like you
okay.
want. It's like, but even
So
still,
what do
it's
you
like,
do in those
okay,
moments? Like how do you handle
you
that?
breathe,
Okay. Okay.
you get some water, if
Sure.
you know, if it's
Yeah.
available, and then you try something different.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times, an old school song will bring
do
them
it.
will bring them to you. You know, not all the times, but
Yeah.
a lot of times.
Okay.
Reggae does good for you too, because some music, like when you're a casual listener, sometimes you don't. To you, music is music, but there's some music that people want to move to, and some that
Right,
they just want to
right.
listen to. You know what I mean? If you're at a venue where it's seating or whatever, it's like sometimes to actually get people up, you know, it takes a little effort.
Yeah.
Right.
But and birthday shout outs. People love, you know, if you celebrating your birthday tonight, if you
Right.
celebrating your birthday this week, this month, this year, like
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
right.
somebody celebrated or something.
Do you have like a ritual that you do before you go on to DJ? Is there something that you do?
You mean like a
like-
powder toss or
Yes,
something
do you
like
like-
that?
Like LeBron James.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Michael Jordan, like, you know, I
Jordan was the first.
I can't say that I do.
No,
I don't.
okay.
No. It depends. Sometimes I listen to a podcast on the way there. You know what I mean? Like What's Really Real. You heard?
Yes.
That's
Thank
right.
you. Thank you for the love.
Sometimes I do that on the way. Sometimes I want to just clear my mind because
Right.
I don't prepare sets, right? There's not a right or wrong to that.
Okay.
Like if in your mind you want to prepare, like that's on you. Like that's a personal
Right.
decision as a DJ. Personally, I like to, like I said, see what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Be
Okay.
water. Are we dealing with
That's
a bowl
be water.
tonight?
I love
a
that. Be
vase,
water.
a glass,
Yes.
you know, a
Yes.
plate. Like what we doing? You know what I mean?
That's a cool concept, though.
There is some songs that you kind of group together because they just go together.
Right.
And in those instances, because I'm at the same venue every weekend, I try to change the order. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
I try to throw in another song. Like I said, I grab a phrase from a different song to transition, and you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
But as far as preparing sets, I definitely don't do that, and I definitely don't do a pre-recorded mix and play it and stand there like,
That's,
you know.
Yeah.
No.
You
don't
come
do
in with
that.
the fresh.
You can't
Yeah.
do
You
that.
I'm
come in
not-
with the fresh.
I ain't
Always.
judging nobody,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
That ain't
is-
true.
That's
That's
not
not
real
true.
DJing.
I've
to
been
me.
places
right.
where
Right.
I've seen that, so I know what
Yeah.
you're saying.
yeah, that is not, to me, that's not DJing.
That's not
Yeah.
authentic.
What would you want people to know about DJ Big Brooklyn as we wrap up?
Oh my goodness.
What are some takeaways that you feel like you would like people to know about you?
I have never been asked that question. And my
Let it be.
That's a good question.
my live ended, so apparently
But where can people contact you at?
I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm on Twitter, Facebook.
Okay.
I'm the only DJ Big Brooklyn.
Okay.
There's some DJ Brooklyns there. Shout out to all y'all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Wow, what would I want people to know? That, I operate in excellence.
Yes, you do.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That if you come to the club to see me, I'm going to give you what I got.
Right.
If you getting married and you know what I'm saying? I'm also a mobile DJ, which is actually another category.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Because all DJs aren't mobile. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
all DJs don't have their equipment, but I have a full setup.
That's awesome.
Lights and
Yes.
Oh, so people can hire you to come into their
Absolutely.
venue.
Wow.
Okay, we
Absolutely.
love that.
Yeah, I do galas, like
Really?
all of that.
Oh, cool.
Like
Really?
yeah,
Wonderful.
So you gonna do my wedding for me?
absolutely.
I'll let you know when I'm getting
Yeah.
married. It's in the future sometime.
Let's put a pin in that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do. I have my own equipment.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I have whatever you can think of, fog
Okay.
machines, all of that stuff.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm
you
ready.
guys
Like,
hear this?
like
This
I
is
said,
good.
I'm
This is,
One man show.
yeah.
absolutely.
Love it.
I like the idea that people are gonna remember me forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Good or bad.
That lasting
I try to make it good though.
Right. The
put no
intention
bad
is good.
memory in
The
there.
intention is
You
good.
As a
have
matter of fact,
to.
another one of my favorite stories is there was a couple who came to the club one year
Yeah.
and they was just vibing. They from Scotland.
Oh wow.
Was it Scotland?
How cool.
What?
I think it was Scotland. Y'all pardon me if I'm pretty sure it's Scotland. I'm so bad with stuff like that. But they came to the booth and they told me, like, when we get married, we want you to be our DJ.
What?
So in my head, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
2 years later, they start contacting me because they did a destination wedding. They got married here,
Wow.
and they for sure booked me.
Oh, so they
love
was,
that.
They was dead serious
Oh, that's so
because
They
sweet.
wasn't lying.
they did the whole "you remember me," and I was like, yeah.
Okay.
I think.
And then when when the messages was, I was like, oh, I do remember that, and it was like, wow. But yeah, they actually booked me.
So they
It was-
kept their word.
Amazing.
That's-
Right,
that's
right.
Beautiful
Rare.
thing.
That's
And
Rare.
again-
You're right about that.
And
Great,
again,
though.
I was part of their life. So I would say to you up and coming DJs, like, keep stuff like that in mind. I know it may sound corny or whatever, but it's not. Like, you
Right.
actually are you're part of people's fabric. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? Like,
That's
you're
right.
part of their life. So it's
Yeah.
pardon me. It's it's a big deal.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
is.
It's a big deal. It's
Well,
kind
you are definitely a big deal. We
You are
so
a big deal.
appreciate you coming
Yes.
over,
Thank you.
DJ Big Brooklyn,
Thank
and we'd
you.
love to have you again in the near
Yes.
future.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, it
for
was.
coming. Thank you.
and I love this and keep it up.
Yes,
You know what I
thank
mean?
You keep it up. You keep
I'm
doing
I'm
what you do.
I'm gonna wear that flag. Y'all got t-shirts yet?
Yes, we do.
Oh, you do a
We
t-shirt.
do.
You gotta
Yeah.
make sure. You gotta
We'll
make
have
sure
to,
I
we
get
definitely
one.
got you
All
for
right.
a t-shirt. We got
Absolutely,
you.
Right. That's
absolutely. I
right.
need like a 36.
Tell us your size.
Just kidding. I was kidding.
Definitely.
I was kidding.
Aw,
But absolutely, yeah, I definitely enjoyed it.
thanks for
Definitely
Thank
coming.
you for
it.
coming.
We enjoy
Appreciate
having
you.
you.
And
know.
so contact DJ Big Brooklyn. He's on Instagram. Are you on Facebook as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. There's only one. He's unique. He is on top of it. He's on
Yes.
fire. Check him out
Yeah.
tonight at the 4040 Club. He's going to be in there just
Fridays and Saturdays.
Fridays and Saturdays.
killing it.
Fridays and
So,
Saturdays.
yes,
That's
come
it.
Friday and
through.
Saturday.
Making memories, operating
Yes.
in excellence.
Yes.
you heard?
Definitely
Bringing that
operating at
fire.
excellence. So we're super excited.
Setting the whole vibe.
Yes.
That's
You know?
it, man. That's it. Trying to create some happiness in this
For sure.
day.
Right.
Woo. Anyway.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Are we
Yes.
clapping it up or something?
Oh yeah, of course. That's right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That was fun.
Thank you guys for tuning in.